Hi. We have a Pioneer League with Phoenix started, so it's finished that. Then we can maybe play a meme deck today of sorts, or look at the deck list. So, certainly gonna take that into consideration. Look at the deck lists, pretty good strat. We see Jorion, Sky Comrade, okay. I have Spell Pierce in my hand. Good. I will simply Spell Pierce my opponent's spells and win. Friend from South Korea split modern finals with Fish. Congrats. It's cringe, but it's at least impressive. That Fish? Yeah, that Fish. Jwari Ruins seems to suggest blue-white control. You worry too much. Nistal, Seagate Trapfinder. The Ondu Sky Club was a center for rebellion against the capital of Makindi. Of course, they built in deadly traps. And you worry too much. Nistal, Seagate Trapfinder. Hmm. So what is being disrupted? Oh, I can discard this for value. What is being trap found? Omen of the Z. Given they started Jwar Disruption, Field of Ruin, I probably land light. I could have considered spell piercing that, but I have 6th. But it was probably a good spell pierce target. They scryed 2 tops, it's good that we didn't spell pierce though. Wouldn't have done anything. The Deserted Beach also just made sense in their hands too. Yes, I guess if they go Jwari Ruins, Field of Ruin, what do we know is that they wouldn't play the Field of Ruin if they had more lands because of Absorb. But they could play it on turn 2 to have Disruption up. Yeah, if their mana screw, then Spell is gonna be more valuable later in the game, so it's like it's a tough one. I have 2 cards in my graveyard. I already have a cruise. I think I'm gonna put this back. Looking for pieces or similar. This I don't want. Yoka Kenana, thank you very much for the sub. Okay, let's make this happen first and let's consider now. Hall. 2, 3, 4. I just spent a Field of Ruins, so the hall is kind of valuable in that sense, but I think Fueling Delve is better. 6 cards in my graveyard now, so you can cast Cruise reasonably. Ooh, under Field of Ruin, that's just Land Destruction now. Not cool. Let's float, I'm a floater. Unlucky to have drawn an island. Good morning, Kaneki. How was the Pioneer Challenge yesterday? I went for free. It's pretty decent overall. You have the delay too. There is, yeah.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Happy Monday, Jarvis clap.
I'm not Jarvis. But thank you very much for the resub. Right, no delay anymore. Happy Monday, Jarvis. Clap. Alright, I think we can cruise. The reason for that is I want to put the phoenixes in my graveyard. And I can spend a spell Pierce. I guess if they Vita, then we can spell Pierce. Vita tej kurwa. Fajnie. Points and, you know, points cards kind of lining up pretty well this game. I'm gonna play Teferi at least. Narset, kurwa mać, no. Brother. Why opt main phase here? I can hit Spire Bluff Canal. But everything went the worst possible this game, damn. But if I hit Spire Bluff Canal, I don't have to play my pathway on blue. I could play it on red. It's weird they activate Narset. When am I heading to Sofia? I have my flight on Thursday. Make this appear, okay. And by okay, I mean it's absolutely not okay, but well, I guess I'll have to play the Spike Field. This is so like all so bad right now. 80 cards, by the way. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. They play the Teferi, then we can be okay. Come on, bro. Play the Teferi. They don't play the Teferi, I can't be okay.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Eight underscore PHC. Thank you for your Prime Gaming sub. Should I want the extra cruise? Just the downside of the cruise. Their own thing in the eyes. Play Yorion, so guaranteed have some targets for the axe and the Yorion. I need to look up my own guide because I don't remember. What am I supposed to cut? Something doesn't adapt to me. I'll cut a second iteration, yeah. Okay, now it adds up. No, it does adapt in the guide. It doesn't adapt in my head. Well, I just couldn't. I had the iteration split, so I was like, I cut the iteration already. Things became a little boring since iteration gone ... It was more expressive before. KKV. Good one, yeah. Hello, Mr. Streamer. Hello, Septimus _H. If open decklist, why do you value the third pierce over something like second guess or third stroke? I feel the threat of 2 makes points play around with enough. Because I find it's just good. So I can double spell. Play Pyro, spell Pierce. Spell Pierce, Fable of the Mirror Breaker out of the decks with Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but not many removal targets. Stroke, yes, guess like they are much less flexible, actually. Like Behold over the enchantments, Vance. I found Vances to be pretty bad. The draw spell is not super great to be honest either. It does work with pieces at least though. So your opponent's on 80 cards, so they can't do anything too wild. And you know, then this deck has a relatively easy time conniving away the Spell Pierce. What do you think of the Fable for the grindy matchups? I don't like it. Running over the basic, not good. The second basic, bro. It's time to get Field of Ruined. Alright, removal check. Pink Fable doesn't work super. They played Otawara, so they can't have a very land heavy hand. They chose to play Otawara on turn 1, which is a little bit puzzling. I don't know why they would do that. I guess I don't play planes on turn 1, but if you have Otawara, Field of Ruin, then you lead on Otawara, I guess, in your Absorb deck. Anything outcasts Sorcery Speed. Outcast Charta Course. Could cast Ledger Shredder. Although ditching it fuels my graveyard for my treasure cruise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me cast the opts. I think I graveyard it. Spell Pierce, awesome, incredible draw. Yeah, I think Fable doesn't... Like, it's fine, but it doesn't work with pieces, and it's like not even super powerful by itself, because Fable is not like actually the powerful card you can have. Almost never. It's always the like add more consistency to your deck that does a powerful late game thing, but not necessarily a powerful early game thing. It's not that Fable actually adds much power to your deck by itself. Maybe red black. Serves as a counter argument for that, but like I feel like that's mostly the case for Fable decks. I know that pieces fit. I know that pieces fit. Season Piracy modern card. Yeah. In history, people play Spyro and Phoenix. Yeah, but it's also not a pieces deck, which is different. Don't think I actually want to cast a cruise. If they verdict, then I can resolve the cruise in peace. If they don't verdict, then they can take away my Spell Pierce, resolve a Wandering Emperor, exile the Pyro. But it's kinda unfair that they destroy my land because I drew the basic. Yeah, historic one is more similar to how modern Phoenix was. This Phoenix is a bit different with pieces of the puzzle. They got a second plane, so that might indicate very... No kurwa, weź się uspokój z tym jebanymi Field of Ruin, no. Byku. This is not okay. There's looting TRC and Shredder Iteration, yeah. Just play 2 basics. I just considered my... With like the first and consider. It's insane. Spacey Island, the best card against control from the sideboard. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if I hadn't drawn 2. And they haven't drawn 2 in 80. Get a token which gives me 5 power, and then you still keep the Spell Pierce for... it sucks if they verdict. They could plausibly hold the verdict. They veto verdict, that is. They're keeping up the veto mana. Spell is kinda awkward against a deck with can't be countered counterspell and can't be countered sweeper. TBH. Whose idea is that actually to make like everything can't be countered? Random cards with random effects. Be like, oh yeah, can't be countered by the way. Yeah, can't be countered. Cool. It's nice against their planeswalkers, but we got absolutely owned this game. So bad. Game just came down the two basics, got high rolled. Largely, but still makes me feel bad. Yeah, also 80 cards by the way, right? But now Narset time. What? Cyborg threats time, okay. Sure.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Maybe I'll rethink the third spell pierce. Or maybe won't board it in the matchup. I mean, just matches are pretty great against the Emperors, Absorbs. Not sure how a blue-white player sideboards though, the fairies. But it is a problem that there is so much stuff that it doesn't match up against. Joy_MTG, thank you for your Prime Gaming sub. I understand that the spell piece open decklist is a bit of a problem, but I think against people where the spells actually can be countered, that's fine. You get the Connives, you get all the stuff. But I'll rethink the third one before the tournament. You know, not too easy to connive here, right? They can Yorion blink the wedding announcement, bros. They broke it. Other gamers could often cast creature spells on curve. What do you mean? There's also been some chat about air green vehicles, it's why I'll probably cut the third piece for Undergast. I think Spell Pierce is a better card against their deck than Undergast. Actually. I don't think Gas is particularly super against that deck. Maybe I'm mistaken, but like the threat cards, what? Hair's Boat. I meant the other decks that aren't blue-white control have creature spells which also can't be countered. Sure. Still no good mentor deck and Pioneer. No, it's not a commonly played card. I think I have enough removal and now red droid draw spell. Oh, actually I can't copy with the ration because I don't have double red. Oops. I assume I should have played Hall, definitely. It's a little bit Pepija of me. I think Spell Pierce is gonna be pretty small. Input iteration is okay with removals. We draw a red source. Why? Question mark. Very good question. Jeska Ascendancy, when it was a deck, it used to sideboard. It used to sideboard Mentor a lot. Sometimes even played main deck as an extra threat. Did I play any pre-release over the weekend? I did not know. Yeah, hope they don't have a last Bushwalker. Let's impulse the guy right now because I've had those guys play Gorkland Rampager against me before. But yeah, no Moxen Pioneer, no Moisha Swablon Pioneer. Like, you play the Mentor and then what? You pass a turn? The last Mox had a player CFT Sock play a Jeskai Mentor deck, but it was a little bit of a crazy deck list. That 4 Mentors, 1 Arclight Phoenix, Leyline Binding in a 3-color deck. Wow, just 1 life point, huh? The Pioneer is pretty slow though, but like, you know, if you have 3 mana creatures with no ETB, then they're gonna trade for removal. It's pretty tough to survive. I guess maybe I was supposed to keep Spell Pierce over iteration. If I Spell Pierce this, it would be 1, 2, 3. I'll be at 7 life, and I would have iteration hazard now and thing on 1 counter versus those 2 at 7 life. One Phoenix is weird. It was pretty weird, yeah. So maybe I was supposed to keep Spell Pierce over iteration, because iteration we can flashback anyways if we draw the red source. So it doesn't really provide me much in my opening hand now. There is an unnerve flag effect in white now. For 2 mana you can unnerve your mentor. All the small like graveyard synergies like that are not really worthwhile in Pioneer. Could have gas, but it's inefficient. 2 mana for 1 mana cards. Is the red finally garbage now? It's literally all instants, so there is no sorceries to flashback. What do you want to flashback with it? And like you have Terror Cruise, right? As your card advantage. Graveyard Reliant card. Seems better. Might want... We haven't... I don't know. We haven't seen much removal for the Young Pyro, so... Like, I don't think they play Stomp in their deck. So I'll just do this. Seems good. Mental Interaction, Cruise. Yeah, I don't think it seems particularly good, but of course you're welcome to try. Like, you know, when is mentor good? Like when you get triggers from it. So let's ask ourselves a question. How many mentor triggers do we want? Do we need to get to be satisfied with the mentor? And your what seems like a free color deck, probably Esper. If you want mentor interaction cruise, because the white interaction is gonna be a bit cumbersome. But then your spells gonna be free color 1 mana spells. Rending Volley, okay. Yeah, I often board Rending Volley lots, so Pyromancer is actually good for that because then you can dodge them. Living Fury is living end with Fury. It's not a card. You take 2-point removal spells, although Sweltering Sun seems okay. Not sure. I mean, I have 2 removals in my hand anyway, so. It's awkward that Kumano flips into a haste creature that can play more creatures then, and then that kinda ignores my sweeper. Play for a late mentor. Yeah, so like your goal is to play mentor and to trigger it like a large amount of times, and I think it's gonna trigger less than you'd like it to.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Lecture Impulse there. Strangle. Okay, I like Pyromancer here, so. I mean, over the sweeper. It's understandable. Maybe it made sense actually. No, bro, tomorrow. But yeah, I was suspecting that they could still be holding more ending volleys. Because the Bushwalker play is pretty weak, right? So obviously if that's their best play, then something is up probably. Probably shouldn't have attacked with the elemental token. Bro. Kurde, that's terrible. have 2 phoenixes, but we need to draw crews basically. That's a really good draw for them here. We do live, we do live. We just need to draw something. It's not nothing. Say no. I don't know who's a favorite to deal 4 damage off the top or me to return the phoenixes. Swift Spear is 1 face damage. Okay, let's go. Shredder. Okay, that blocks Swift Spear. How many green sources do they have in their deck actually? Why does their deck play Soulscore over Bomat? Don't quite understand. It does seem to play a relatively low amount of spells. So I have Kumana and a Tarkas command, and that's kinda it. Die to Tarkas command at any time. Seems like they're casting something. One of the greatest songs of our time, sure bro. No kurwa, super, nie? Tam wybieraj te tryby. Dłużej sobie wybieraj te tryby. Nie zesraj się. But surprised that none of the 4 removals they played go face, yeah. I mean, Redding Volley doesn't surprise me, they boarded in. Probably like 4 copies or something, but the Strangle? Kinda surprising. Oh yeah, bro, gonna top deck Tarkas command, gonna fondle their balls to make sure that they choose the correct modes before actually casting it. Let's go to MTG
He's a
Goldfish and look at the
phenomenal
deck lists
control
a
player.
little bit.
12 months of based entertainment.
I'm glad you're entertained. Do they upload the challenges to Modo now? Not the ones from over the weekend, so you have to go to mtgo.com. Alright, I try to find the list on mtgo.com for the first time. Is that Mishra? Looks kind of funny. Like Urza, I hate you, bro, and Urza is like Mishra, bro. Take the send off. Unique to MTGO Universal's Beyond offering the Transformers bundle. For $25, all 15 regular style non-foil cards in the set can become part of your Magical Line collection for use in Legacy, Vintage Commander, and Freeform formats. Ursa also seems like he's trying not to look at Mishra. How did they like become powerful enough in the world to wage wars? I thought they were just like making robots. I guess they make big robots, so then like they're pretty big important in the world. Do you want the SCG 30k deck lists? Sure. What, did they make the robot armies for themselves and they were just like marching under the banner of Urza? Or was it like under some country? He made them themselves, or is it like Elon Musk making electric cars where like he doesn't actually make them personally? How it works. The Pioneer 30k event is an open entry 2-day event where players can participate for their share of 30,000 prize pool, and the top 4 players qualify for RC. And the first DreamHack of 2023, okay. Urza and Misha actually made many of them, but not all. How time consuming is it to like create a mech like this? Like, just look at the Mythic spoiler cards, right? Like, how many of those can you build personally? You can't build them personally. You need, you know, a factory. Like, you don't build a mech like this personally. That's why Meshra made a factory that did the work itself. And Urza, the power plant, yeah. But the power plant for sure had some workers that operated it, right? Yeah, you build machines to build machines, and you like have people oversee the building of machines. Just questioning if like how much of Urza's ingenuity was in there. Assembly workers, perhaps. The assembly workers assemble the guys. That's why I've been working on a program to build other programs and accelerate us to the singularity. No, bro, please no, not the singularity. The existential dread. So no people were involved. So like, I guess if you build the robots to build the robots to build the robots, then it was all like Urza's and Mishra's work.
He's a phenomenal
It's
control
kind of
player.
crazy. I guess they also have the power stones, right, or something. So they have like sources of energy that are magical and can explain plot holes easily. They had apprentices, right? Yeah, maybe. Well, there is some guys who like Urza's apprentice. Tavnos, Urza apprentice. Urza's dad owned a Mox Emerald mine. Thank you, Combi Papas, for your subscription. It's difficult to know how their world works since it's fictional. True. Also, what is the function of this machine? Is it being just is a laser just shooting through it right now? Do we see the machine being destroyed, or best thing to do is read the Urza novels about the Brothers' War through. And I wonder why this island is looking like a colosseum. But also has like reflectors here. It's kind of weird. Not many, you know, like lights like this and magic machines. Is there about an island? Yeah, I guess. It's in water. Depth charge Colossus Dreadnought. The Cassius Omelette. So did any people die in Urza's wars? In the Brothers' War, or was it just machines fighting? This is like a harvester machine. Like seems like a harvesting machine turns war machine. Kinda. The Silex destroyed almost everything, started the ice. Yeah, but before the Silex. Before Urza nuked the world, did the war kill people? I think the reason Titania is pissed is because Urza spots kill lots of animals. Okay. Read the story. Brothers War novel. Okay, you can read the plot. You can read the summary of the plot. The myth, the magic. Dominarian legends speak of a mighty conflict obscured by the mists of history. This is Urza and Misha? Looks more like Geralt, the Witcher. And Misha looks much more stylish here. Have you looked to Rotware amalgam into Keruga deck? Yeah, I thought about that. I think Urza demolished Argov to rebuild his war machines, essentially clear-cutting the entire region and leaving it a wasteland. Okay. It was republished in June 2009 as a second part of Artifact Cycle 1. Planeswalkers, Time Streams, and Bloodlines. Urza and Misha are brothers living and working at the Falafel Desert under the tutelage of their mentor Tokashi, an archaeologist. Born the same year but on the first and last days respectively. This is like, that's so funny, I don't know. I don't know. Is it funny to you too that they made them born the same year but like first and last days? The brothers frequently clash but are united in their curiosity about the Thran, an ancient race that led behind the artifacts Tokashi studied. In AR-20, the brothers and Tokashi discover Koilos. So what is ER? AR. AR is year length for 20 days. Plays it. So what's AR1? Hey Kani, great cyborg guide. Thanks. Hey Zerg4, how did your vintage challenge go yesterday? Vintage qualifier, I guess. Theros 364 days. Ravnica 365 days. Interesting. 10,000 years ZC as of D&D Guildmaster Guide to Ravnica. Do you think in a world with magic, There would be more or less technological progress. Sacrifice my last 3 rounds to beat you and yours. Yeah, I went 6-2 and I wondered, what if I won one more? Well, I should have just won, of course. They should have enhanced it further and said that they are twins, and Urza was born in the first minute of the year and Misha was born in the last minute of that year, and their mom was in labor for almost a year straight, pushing out Misha because she was such a fat baby, yeah. Hey Canister, but Cyborg Guide, I will not elaborate, okay. Why would you need technology if you can do everything with magic? Yeah, that's true. So it makes sense that like you have like year 10,000. I mean, like we have year 2000 because of a random starting point. How old is like human civilization? First traces of human civilization. Early civilizations arose in close proximity to rivers, first in Lower Mesopotamia, 3000 years BCE. I mean, so this kinda weird to have year 10,000 and like Ravnica like progress, but then also there's magic and who knows. Like I could be counting from a random year too, but it's unlikely. Anyone think the Pioneer Leagues are overcome with acute green-white angels? Actually, I don't think about that. Why is Innistrad 355 plus days? What is AVA? I don't know. The Crid, in Crid, the years are given in relation to parting. The only other known date is that of the manning of the clan tree in 520. What's Crid? Small plain whose land area is composed mostly of a single island. It was created by being called the Maker and was home to humans and elves. Kinda cringe, bro. So, Argivian Reckoning is AR. It sets year 0 as the year in which both Urza and Misha were born. So, okay, so year 0 is like Urza being born. But if Urza nuked the world, I don't know. Imagine if we'd be counting years from like the year that a great jak się ten zbrodniarz mówi? Like war criminal would spawn, and you kind of start counting with that. So let's Google Hitler birth date 1889. So 11, 22, 33. So it'd be 133 AH. Did those Dominarian nerds set up calendars so Urza and Misha would have been born the same year? Maybe. Urza and Misha didn't use the AR calendar. Well, I'm never suggesting they did. But I'm saying that people in Dominaria right now seem to use a calendar in regards to Urza, who famously nuked the world. $5,000 years ago. Alright, let's see why Innistrad days are random. Dates on Innistrad are measured using the stages of the moon and the years since Avacin's creation, commonly shortened to Avacin. There are 3 seasons on Innistrad: Harvest Moon, Hunter's Moon, and New Moon Spring. It's unclear how long a season or a year on Innistrad lasts, although Hunter's Moon is said to be the longest and New Moon the shortest. Okay. The latest dates known for each season in lore are the 118 tchy, in the years of Awacyn 699 and 711. If the seasons are consistent each year, this would make an Innistrad year roughly as long as Earth year. I mean, I guess the Earth year is 365 days plus 2 because you have the leap year. Ravnica used the measure of all concordant and Zal concordant before the signing of the Guild Pact, while Zal concordant is used for afterwards. The events of the return to Ravnica Blocktail takes place in 1075, and the Guild Master's Guide to Ravnica depicts Ravnica before Guilds of Ravnica Block in the year 1076. So it was 10,000 years ago. They like already lived in a city. Like 10,000 years of progress is just that. The year begins with 1 Seleshny. Seleshny. The annual celebration of the Guild Pact begins on 28 June and extends into 1 Seleshny. Sure. How much time between Kamigawa and New Kamigawa? Who knows? Why are you such nerd? Okay, so let's come back and let's learn who made the robots for Urza and Misha. So it was AR-20 because they were 20 years old. They discovered Koilos, the secret heart of the Thran civilization, also a Painland. There they find a Thran machine with a large and powerful power stone, but when Misra and Urza reached for the stone, it explodes, splitting into 2 halves. Urza demands to see Misha's half, but the younger brother angrily refuses, and the two have a falling out. They discover that Urza's stone gives machines strength, while Misha's weakens them. So Urza names them the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Later on, a drunken Misha confronts his brother and the two fight using their power stones. Tokasia tries to intervene, but when she comes between them, the area explodes, killing her. Horrified, Misha flees and the excavation site is closed. Okay. Damn, they went from nothing to cyberpunk in 12,000 years, damn. I mean, it's like, you know, how did the Earth look at 800 years after Christ, right? That magic though. So Misha just like exploded Tokasia in an accident and was like, oh shit, bro, and escapes. The area explodes. It's, yeah. Who knows how exactly. The brothers rise to power in different civilizations. In Yotia, Urza uses an artifact construct to win the hand of the warlord's daughter in marriage there. He takes on an apprentice named Thanos and builds more constructs that helps Yotia thrive. Misha discovers a dragon engine war machine and tames it with Weak Stone. The local Falafel use Misha and the dragon engine to unite the Falafel clans and conquer several cities. Misha takes on an apprentice in Ashnod, a female artificer who is as sadistic as she is brilliant. As both civilizations gain power, clashes between the two intensify. Okay, so Misha just found a dragon engine and that's like... He built anything? He did build the factories, etc. But if Weak Stone makes the machines weaker, how did he use the Weak Stone to do stuff? So honestly has some strong Better Call Saul vibes. In what way? To tame the dragon. Yeah, but like he needed an entire army. Urza had an entire army, so there's just a dragon doesn't work, right? Many are killed, but Misha escaped. Oh, killed people. We have killed people first. The warlords of Yoshi are nice with the other. Urza and Misha both attend the negotiations and are surprised to see each other, but before they can reconcile, the warlord attacks the Falaji using Urza's machines. Many are killed, but Misha escapes. Okay. So Urza shot first. Desperate for more weapons, Misha and Ashton travel to Koilos and find a portal. Okay, because he didn't have his own machines, he just had the tamed dragons. So he was like, shit, I actually can't build anything. To go to Koilos and they find a portal to Phyrexia. Misha sees more dragon engines and attempts to tame them, but is attacked by the demon Jix. An imposing figure with black lizard skin, bones jutting from its body, and razor sharp teeth. Is that how Jix looks like? Lizard skin, bones, jutting. Where's the bones? Can't really see the bones much. I guess maybe. No. Sharp teeth seems like. This is the old lore or the one from the new set? It's from the book Brothers War, the novel from 90 something, so. Misha and Ashnod escape and close the portal. The war continues and Yotia falls to Misha's dragon engines. So did he get more dragon engines in Phyrexia or not? Where did he get more of them? There's just mention of that one dragon engine that he tamed with his weak stone. Seems pretty unclear. Urza retreats to Argiv where he's named Lord Protector. He flees to Argiv and they're like, oh yeah, Lord Protector. Thank you for fleeing to our place. Given all the resources he needs to protect the coastal nations from the Falaji, Misha becomes the leader of the Falaji and uses his machines to subdue several other nations. So he subdues, but does he kill people? You can guess so. Both brothers constantly create new constructs to fight each other and in their quest for resources strip mine and deforest vast areas of Terisari. The other nations on the continent are gradually subsumed into the Brothers' War. Misha conquers Saren, while Urza annexes Corlys and Sardia. When Misha forces conquer Teresia City in the west, Ashnod obtains a Thran artifact called the Golgothian Silex that describes an apocalypse. In Koilos, the demon Gix reopens the portal. He lures and dominates more humans to create the Brotherhood of Gix, which infiltrates both sides of the war to feed information back to him. So how does he reopen the portal? I guess they just didn't close it properly. It was like closed and shut before.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you for the sub, Team Multuquadlet. Gix seeks to kill both brothers for their power stones and through the Brotherhood becomes Misha's chief advisor. Okay. The brothers' war rages for decades with both sides unable to defeat the other as the land is drained. By chance, Urza discovers the untouched island of Argov to the southeast of Gix. Jix feeds the information to Misha. Both Urza and Misha invade the island separately with all their forces. The native elves, centaurs, and treefolk fight back, but the bros machines slaughter them instead. Okay, so Argov is an island and Urza invade the island separately with all their forces. All their forces? The native elves, centaurs, and treefolk fight back, but the brothers' machines slaughter them instead. Tired of war and aware of Jeeks, Urza welcomes a final confrontation with his brother. During the what? So it's like he brings the machines to the like untouched island. He like kills off the creatures that live here, and he's like, shit, bros, I'm tired. I'm tired of this war. Let's kill me, Misha. During the final battle, a disillusioned Ashnod meets Thanos and gives him the Silex, telling him to give it to Urza and to fill it with memories of the land. Jigs appear and attempts to kill them, but Ashnod delays him long enough to let Thanos escape at the cost of her life. Amid the chaos of the battle, Urza and Misha fight each other directly. When Misha is hurt, Urza sees that Misha has replaced his flesh with machinery like the Gixians. The rage and emotions flowing through Urza unlock something inside him, and the artificer feels the pain that the war has caused to the land. Thanos arrives with the Silex, and after ordering his apprentice to get to safety, Urza remembers all the lands he fought for and focuses the energy within the Silex. When Misha attacks again, Urza releases the energy of the resulting explosion, destroys Argoth. The shockwave can be felt all over Terisier, and both armies are obliterated. Gix escapes to Koilos and barely makes it through the portal before the shockwave reaches it. Urza survives the Silex blast and ascends, becoming a planeswalker with his eyes replaced by the Myso and Weakstone. But like, how did he actually actively put them into his eyes, or did they like just end up there? Did he retain the sense of sight, or was it not something that was necessary for him anymore? He brings Thanos to the ruins of Yotia and tells him that Misha is dead, but that the demon from Phyrexia had killed his brother years ago. Thanos asks Urza to stay and help rebuild, but Urza says he needs to leave Terisier and even Dominaria for a time. Very nice of you, Urza. Nuke the world and be like, bro, I have to go. I'll come back once like it stops snowing when the cloud of dust just returns to normal. Just came back from a Behemoth concert yesterday. Also, how do you pronounce Zbigniew like this? I'm so sorry I nuked your world, bro. But I have to go. What's the next book about then? Urza Triumphant. But the end of the Brothers' War has transformed him into something greater. Deep within his heart, a spark has been kindled to a flame that cannot be quenched. Urza has become a planeswalker. "5 years. So he's like, yeah, sorry, I nuked the world. I'm gone for 5 years. Lamau. At 5 years, I assume Dominarian time. Alright, let's look at the deck list because we are going to do so. Pioneer 30k. So I don't know if this is after Swiss or not, but Lotus Field combo 11-11-1-1. No, please read more wiki. So we see 1 Baral, 1 Leer, 2 Zakama. I think this is the rarest deck list or similar. It has all the cards. Behold the Multiverses here too. No, it's actually Behold the Beyond. The Multiverse is not here. Are those deck lists with bro cards? The set hasn't released yet, so Rosmarian with Is It Phoenix? Two thing in the ice in the sideboard. How did the Pioneer Challenge end up yesterday? I was for free at the end. It's kind of interesting, dropping Pyromancers entirely, having ping in the ice for mono green. I don't love that. Vincent Vitanza with Grulul, random cards. Yeah, I don't think Gas is super against that deck, TBH. This deck won. Show some respect. I mean, I'm showing respect, I'm just saying that I don't think Gas is the best way to attack it. Am I the king of Pioneer now? Sure. Grisfang, yeah. Typical Grisfang cards. Briarbridge Tracker in the side, but I think Briarbridge Tracker is okay. As a sideboard plan. But I find Grisfang to be deeply unattractive. Wow, only 3 Thalia? Damn. Only 3 Adeline. This is interesting. I mean, the Legend Rule is a real thing, but it's always the most threatening cards. And you have to make space for Tomik, who notably hates on Lotus Fields. I guess Thalia does too, so. Tomik does not stop Cavalier's ETB. It stops Kiora from untapping Nykthos. I think. Lands on the battlefield can be targets of spells or abilities your opponents control, yeah. But Cavalier doesn't play the land and also doesn't get played from the graveyard. It gets revealed at the top of the deck, so it's still in your deck, and then you play it from your deck onto the battlefield. It's not a company deck because they mono white deck, so I mean pretty normal. 2 Rest in Peace, 3 Destroy Evil. Interesting. What's that good against? No Declaration Stone. Incarnation makes sense, yeah. Pretty good against Incarnation. I mean, it's just 2 mana disenchant. But you can maybe board it against Gruul or something. Angels, 3 P-holes, 4 collected companies, 4 Yawful Valkyries, Apparition, Serra Paragon. What is Serra Paragon? It's the card that doesn't function, right? The 4 mana angel that you can replay cards from your graveyard. Righteous Valkyrie, Giada, Bishop of Wings, Resplendent Angel. Resplendent Angel is the one that makes it token, right? End of turn if you gained life. Yeah. So this deck goes pretty big. And has actually 12 2-drops right now. So it's not terrible. It's 29 creatures, minus 2 Serra Paragons, so it's 27 company hits. That's solid. Greasefang, question mark. Very good question. I love it when people ask questions like that I can engage with and I can just discuss with them. Greasefang? Yeah, Greasefang. Well put. Weathered Runestone. In your company deck? Does that not stop company? Non-land permanent cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter. So it does stop It does stop company, but what is it good against in Pioneer? I mean, there's one Greasefang in like the top tables. Stop Storm. I guess you can do that. It might be okay against Mono Green with how this deck functions, because it will go way over the Trolls and Cavaliers if they don't combo. And it's kind of hard to combo without Storm. Then you might be willing to cut companies against Mono Green for the Weathered Runestone 3BH. So the worst plan I've seen. 4 company, 4 chord, elves, Shaman of the Pack, Nissa, Vastwood Seer, Vivian, Pause for Reflection. That's a Fog with Convoke. Needle for Karn is more appealing though. Yeah, probably better. Or if you want to stay on theme, you could even play Phyrex and Revoker. Although Needle for being 1 mana is probably better. But you can company into Phyrex and Revoker, find it more often. Arc on the sideboard also has the same vibe, yeah. And also is better with company, yeah. I don't see a great reason to play the Weathered Runestone. Hi, what tournament is this? SCG 30k RCQ. Mono white. Rakdos mid. Rakdos mid. To invoke despair.
Control player.
2 Goblank, 2
Hello Kaniki and
Unlicensors.
hello chat.
2 Unlicensors, no Goblank. No Green Devotion, the broken deck that nobody can beat. Serious Control. Thank you for the Subthoracic. Ivan Espinosa. Remember when Ivan Espinosa was playing Yorion at SCGs, and every week somebody was asking me, Canister, have you seen the newest developments in Ivan Espinosa's Yorion deck? And I was like, no, bro, I didn't. And then they were just like some stuff. Growl Midrange is a deck with bots, yeah. Not super big on it, but this seems like normal Pioneer decks. There's plenty of Pioneer decks though. Pretty open format in a way. Feels like pretty wide format. Humans splashing black, and the black cards are splashing for is General Kudra of Drannith, which is okay, and Dire Tactics more importantly, I guess, which is, was it Terminate? This exile target creature terminate. If you control a human, it's exile target creature terminate. That's pretty good. But you don't get to run any Mutavaults. Oh, I was mistaken. You get to run 4 Mutavaults. 4. So you've got 4 Godless Shine, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Pathway. Pathway is really stinky. 2-way Ganjo while splashing. Caves of Koilas is painful. I think I would max Caves of Koilas over the Pathway if I had to splash. That's a bit tough. And then out of the sideboard you get 4 Fatal Push, so you can get so much removal. And Knight of the Malek. But you also are splashing a removal spell for 2 mana in a Thalia deck, which I guess helps you justify the Mutavods. You're just gonna use them to pay for the Thalia cost increase. No hairs, so this is just go blanks. Two Brazil Borrower and fires. Hairs is just a bad card. I don't know why everyone plays it. Well, it's not that bad against Phoenix. It's a pretty good card. It's hating Phoenix. I don't know what pushes you to say it's a bad card. It's a little bit of a weird opinion. We see 2 Omnath and still 3 Fabled Passage. This is so weird to me. Like the Fabled Passage mana base just doesn't seem too functional to me in this deck. And like you only get to pair Omnath with a fetch rarely anyways, and Omnath is actually still kind of fine as a life gain monster. Draw a card, life gain monster, you can still like play it. So I really don't know why people playing the Fabled Passages. That just feels like inting to me. Is Yellow Hat the only person in the format playing blue-black? Yeah. Is it combat? Probably creativity. Yeah, Warspan Worm Xenagos. Is Yellow Hat the only person in the format playing blue-black? Probably not, but there's not many. Folklore combo, that's gonna be what? Fires, okay. What do you think of the Fabled Passage, bros? In fires. Why did you answer the same question with different answers? Sometimes I answer and I but I don't register that. So I just read it again and answer again. It's kind of interesting that I answered with 2 different things. With 2 different answers. Seems inconsistent. If I'm building a passage mana base and playing Omnath, I think I lean towards 4 and 4. Maybe Fable helps with the Cavalier. I don't know what you're talking about, but this deck does
He's a
play Fable and the
phenomenal
Cavaliers
control player.
oftentimes, yeah. That is all true. Mr. Clef, thank you very much for a Prime Gaming. Don't think we have found any game-breaking tech in those tech lists. So how to make it work? We go Panache question mark XD, that's gonna find it, or no, that doesn't work. I can try the Angel deck for a league. I need to put the change ID. I don't know the change ID, so they got me good. Straight download button or just a copy button? Why does Misha have a current haircut? Maybe they were popular back then. So somebody was saying that leagues are infested with angels. So let's infest a little bit more. Am I a huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan? No, I'm a small Yu-Gi-Oh fan. Loop Hero? Actually never played that game. I bought it, or was it free? Maybe on like Epic, something like that, and I just got it for free. I never played it. Alright, I will use Mana Traders to get my remaining angels because not gonna need those cards afterwards, so let
He's a
me read the
phenomenal
cards.
control player.
Bishop of Wings, Gyada, doesn't seem like they're very expensive though. Maybe I should buy them for that reason. Quas Shaper Sanctuary, the all-star card against every granny deck. Right, trend.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Song is perfect for an angel deck.
Thank you, God Hulu, for your subscription. Numbers was a challenge ID. Too bad I'm building angels now. Mana Service 5. Remember that you can join Mana Traders and use the code Canister to get 10% off for the first 2 months of your usage. So if you would like to rent cards instead of buying them, you could use that service and you can also make me richer. Angels are better without Realm Walker. Please remove them for anything. No, I'll try to experience the weakness of Realm Walker itself. Because what if someone then asks me, Canister, what do you think about Realm Walker and Angels? And I will say, it's bad. And it's actually really good. But I trusted Zerg 4. I'm not even going to remove the Weathered Runestone on the basics. Green White Angels is the best deck in America, pretty sure. Yeah, America is a wild country. You click one card in the trade and hit Ctrl A, it will select all duplicates and you can drag them into trade with one selection. I don't think that's true, but maybe you're right. You mean like you need to drag just one time? This hand is not so good. This opening hand has locked me into never playing angels. Bros, do we keep this? We are on the play, so we could just play nothing, free drop. I think this is a mulligan, like it just can do so much better, and my deck is a synergy based deck. We don't need more than one green. And here we have a 2-drop, so we can actually function. Oh, I was in the play. Oops. Okay, we are against Lotus Field, so we wouldn't win anyways. I could scoop to conceal info, but let's play. Okay, would have had Giada in play by now. They get Lotus Field, and I attack for 2 and play the 4-drop. Just 4 power. Does this deck play any free 1-drops? 3 portable holes. Wow, Grazer is unfair. Watson's Pilgrim next set. I mean, you could play the elves. Kind of same thing. Is it mana only for angel spells? Yeah. I mean, I don't know if playing the Paragon is actually even better than playing the Valkyrie. Maybe. Tested Angels for history, that's some busted draws, but was medium when it didn't. Same. For like one history tournament, Polo Vitor, all he could talk about was playing Angels. But it was Bond Angels. He was playing Lavinia from Battle for Zendikar, and it was also playing Glasspool Mimic. There's no book combo in this deck now. Pretty sick that my opponent is about to turn 4 kill me in a Lotus Field deck. I think they're supposed to not do that, but I guess we can hate on Lotus Field with Archon of Emeria, right then. Rest in Peace, sort of, and Weathered Runestone stops Ultimatum. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we would cut 3 portable hole probably. The Paragons, maybe. Over the last 2 days in Explorer, I'm 13-4 with Angels, but that's Scaffed Pioneer. It's also an arena, so the stone doesn't stop Ultimatum. Exile them and you cast from exile. Can't cast from graveyards or libraries, but they can cast from exile.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Lotus Field feels like it should be a weak deck, but I see it win a lot for such a deck.
It is a pretty weak deck that wins a lot. It's pretty broken for a weak deck. So does the stone do anything? Is there any point in the runestone anymore? Yeah, it doesn't work against ultimatum, so I don't know what it does. Stops Leer. Like rest in peace. Triumph Magistrate would work versus ultimatum because it does prevent casting stuff from exile. But it is always such a like debate when they have like the ultimatum and it just casts from tricks. Is there anything else in that deck? Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. So Leer, that's it. So it's 3 points of power and they might have sweepers. So we have Portable Hall, Skyclave Apparition, Serra Paragon, Real Walker. Those are the cards I'm not really interested in. So this, you know, we probably don't cut anything from this. The core goods, synergy, angel cards. So Rest in Peace stops them in a minimal way. Shaper Sanctuary, they don't really target. Portable Hall, I could get Grazer. Grandstone doesn't do anything. Absence seems to not have targets. Paragon is not even a company hit. Archon of Emeria is great. Raiden is okay. Riam Walker is an angel. Guardian of Faith can protect the Archon of Emeria. So I could play it. It's a Coco hit too. It's not even that good at protecting Archon of Emeria. If they like end of turn bounce my Archon, I phase it out, then there's no Archon on the battlefield for a turn still. It kinda sucks. So I guess you can have like 2 apparition as company hits that hit the Grazer. I mean, this has more power though. It's not an angel, it's a Spirit Knight. Bros, this deck is pretty repulsive. Needle is also good against Thespian Stage, nice runestone. Yeah, but I mean the guy top 8'd with the runestone. You'd think that there is some kind of an idea here. I don't think I can mulligan a hand with Archon. This even plays with 2-drop, so... I mean, it seems like the nuts hand, right? This is a non-bow. Whenever an angel control dice create a spirit. Can open beat a 1-4. I'm afraid they can. Alright, let's get it started with the beatdowns. Ooh, we got the combo. Well, as we said, it's not that good of a combo because the Archon is not gonna be on the battlefield still, but... Could play the Guardian of Faith now because it has more power to deal more damage, but... I think I like spending mana on Archon if I draw the second. Because then actually Guardian of Faith is gonna be useful at protecting and... You know... Should consider drawing some edges in your angel deck, Mr. Streamer. I mean, it's not that they would do much, so... I remember I played with Greasefang against Angels at one time, and I hit them with Parhelion 4 times, starting on turn 3, turn after turn, and my opponent just ignored it. And just won. It was kinda wild. Isn't Book of Exalted Deeds worth running in the stack? Why not? I don't know, maybe this. If I play this and I top deck the Pumping Angel, the next turn we attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which doesn't really change much. Because we kill on 2 turns anyways. If I play the 1-drop and flush the Guardian of Faith. If I play the Bishop of Wings, they play Grazer. You can still flash Guardian of Faith and then exile the apparition. I finished a game with 143 live yesterday, and then another I ultimated Achani's Strength of Tyrants in a mirror, which was very satisfying. Which one is it? Returns Impulse, yeah, good plan, bro. One, two, three, four. So actually, it didn't have lethal on the next turn even without this. Well, this way we get enough lethal. Shadem. No, I don't even have lethal on the next turn. What? Sick. If you have 15 or more life over your starting total, exile Achani, no creatures and artifacts your opponents control. Sick. So I guess I should have played the Guardian of Faith over Bishop of Wings a turn ago to actually kill my opponent. I assume the correct move is to play Rest in Peace. It does mean that if they sweep me, then I don't have lethal. In fact, if we play Rest in Peace, we turn off the ability from Bishop of Wings. This is better than Mono Green. Good question. Definitely better at certain aspects. Okay, one anyways. But yeah, my sideboard looks useless. But he did beat Lotus Field. Crazy stuff. Archon is an Archon, so we should Riam Walker name Archon, I guess, sometimes. A model can look at the top card before naming. Damn, that's not how it's supposed to be. Lotus, Auto Lotus versus Mono, Green and White, right? It's unfavored against those decks. Could keep that if we assume that Raiden is super good. It's okay, but it's probably... well, it's good against Ultimatum. We skip turn 1, skip turn 2. It's not like we have any good 1-drops or 2-drops in the deck. Why is Mono Green favored versus Lotus? Because Karn gets Stamping Sphere quicker than Lotus Field combos against a Goldfish on average. Or just combos. The Stone Brain doesn't really shut off the Lotus Field deck on the spot, but does not make things easier. They have 3 Boseijus plus 2 Otawara. Well, they do, but like, you know. Karn then comes with the second artifact. The Godfellow statue also makes combo impossible. Well, they haven't put Lotus Field into play yet, but mostly they do. They move to 6. I don't know, bro. Should I keep this? Got nothing, got right there on the draw. And then you can hit Archon of the company, but you don't even have the land number 4. Where is my... Like, I guess I could draw a hand with an Archon, that's better. I think I'll keep. It's pretty shitty though. Hi, will you be writing stuffs about Phoenix prior to RC week? I have published a guide on the Discord for my subscribers. It's available starting now, so you can... What's the alternative? Move for a 2-drop with 1 power? With 2 power. But yeah, that's what makes me want to keep this. Right then, not even an angel. Never tell me the odds, Kappa. Well put. Breeding pool. Where my land number 4, bros? Is it better to play Rayam Walker on Archon? My son and Angel even forget that. Wait, it is an angel. You just choose a type that you can cast, but it's still an angel. Damn. It's also a cleric, but it's also an angel. I mean, we had 3 power anyways. We draw company, you can +2/+2 on the next turn, so you'd have a 3/5. I mean, I need the 4th land to company though, but if we go Riches Valkyrie, well, Valkyrie doesn't gain life for itself. It's another creature. But it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it's 13, so it's not lethal. It can put them to 1. But if we flip on their Valkyrie, that's gonna kill them on next turn, yeah. So I guess that's good if we draw the land for company. Should have tapped together. Right, if Lotus Field loses to Angels, then it's cringe. And Strings in this moment doesn't seem too good. Wow. I mean, let's not count the chicken before it lays eggs. If you 5-0, will you switch to Angels for the RC? Maybe. You didn't draw lands. So they have another turn, but they have to copy the field. Anything I can do? Not much. Could have a Tawara here. Anything I can do about that? No. Playing the Bishop of Wings, does it achieve anything? No, it's better to play Realm Walker. I think.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you for the sub, MTG Holic. No Tawara on Raiden, that's nice to see. I keep 7 power for Languish. Through Verdict we don't keep any power. So hopefully my opponent wouldn't do anything like that. Wow, just manually playing 2 Lotus Fields, 6 lands. Okay. They already spent a hidden string, so what are the chances they're gonna have more stuff? How do they always have 2 strings? Like the first one I get, but the second one is just lucky. Should you be able to see the top of your deck when you choose Realm Walker's creature type? I believe no. It is not a triggered ability, it is as Realm Walker enters the battlefield, so you should name it before it's on the battlefield. Apparently it works correctly. I think so. I don't think so. I'm not sure. It is Sodra's Planet Angel, right? Yes, but the way it works in Modo and how it should work is not necessarily same. The petition they swept, so that's pretty bad for me. punished for playing the non... I mean, if I had like 2 spirits, it doesn't change anything. Really. I thought for a while this is secretively the best Kokodagan Pioneer. How is it playing? Looks pretty not playable. There was no ability on the stack. It is not a triggered ability. You're able to look at the top at the same as you look into your hands. Well, but as it enters, before it actually enters, you already have to have the type named. Zerg. Same with Cavern of Souls. If you actually pay attention on Magic Online, if your opponent is playing a Shock Land or a Cavern of Souls that require a decision as the land enters the battlefield, you will see that the Blood Crypt might be, like, let's say they play Blood Crypt, they put the Blood Crypt into play and it still displays to be in their hand. Like it still shows they have like 4 cards in hand, and only when they choose whether the Blood Crypt enters untapped and they play 2 life, or if it's enters tapped, they land untapped. Good. Only at that time it changes. Okay, maybe you're correct. So what? Yeah, so what? Let's do it now for the Archon. Fail. Get slightly punished. It's kind of relief when that happens and the cards then go -1, yeah. Because you're like, what? They have so many cards? But then turns out not quite. Companion app says that you can view the top of your library before naming. Interesting. I don't trust the companion app. They play the Otawara. Unlucky not to hit the Archon. So far away, Archon. Na, 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 na. I mean, give them Omniscience and Pour. Clearly they had not enough staff, so maybe they just won't have enough staff. Where you can look at the top before naming, I don't think you should. You can on Magic Online. Red 6 red mana floating bros. I can feel the Zakama. Wasn't Koga for 2 Valkyries lethal before combat? It would be, but they had Otawara, so I didn't want to commit to that. I wanted to... Although it seems like they played the Otawara as a land, so it's possible I should have. But if I hit Archon and non-lethal, I wanted to make them Otawara on their turn so they can't cast an ultimatum if they have it, right? That was my goal. But I could force them to Otawara if I hit the lethal combination too. So it was a bit tricky, but that was my reasoning to wait. With this hits, I would have rather played out sorcery speed, but I don't think I could have. I just make a guess as to which one. Also, the fucking Zakama bros, it's so funny. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Zakama be necessary from either playing this deck or playing against it. It never actually contributed. But you just play it because it's free and you go, look, Zakama, oh, by the way, second ultimatum, my combo off. And you're like, yeah, I guess you get to summon your funny Zakama. You succeeded in more ways than one. Hallowed Fountain. And this Spritz. We're both flying tribal. My cards should be a bit bigger and they were on the draw with no one drop, so they seem kinda wrecked. No, maybe not anymore. Okay, let's resolve company. Can I get the 4/4 token? Or get the Shacklegeist? How relevant is a 4/4? I think the tapping is better. If Ramwalker is somehow on the battlefield with no choice having been made for it, you may still look at the top card of your library at any time. Well, as you see, that explains to you that if you have made no choice somehow for it, for example, it was manifested and then flipped, then you can look at the top card of your deck, but nothing else. It doesn't tell you that you can look before you name. Decide on the deck for each, and also I'll play Phoenix. I'm hoping to dodge Lotus Field gamers. There shouldn't be too many of those. We need Segovian Angel and Pioneer. Well, would that be a good card in the in the deck? Probably not. Oh, maybe that's enough synergy and just 1-drop, but it's just 1 mana, 1/1 vigilance. Canister Schmanister. Hello, why are you taunting me? Looks so awkward that the extended art Skyclave apparition is just kind of smaller. Zoomed out, so it's just kind of smaller apparition than on my artwork. It is actually zoomed out though. There was like a time where the extended arts were just kind of stretched. Now they can have a not selfless spirits Shaco guys, no. What's the name of the flash flyer bros? Shackle guys? No. I'm blanking on the name. Rattle chains, yeah. How do I feel about 4-color fires for the regionals? It seems like a potentially playable deck. Spot against control. I think it's okay to play. I think it's a perfectly okay deck to play if you like have a good version. Good plans. So I have all that mana up. I think I would rather play the Giada, which gives me a 5/5 instead of a 2/2, a spirit, counters on those, for life more. No idea what a good version is currently running with 4 Omnas, but I wanted to try a list with one of Centalia's Lancers. Yeah, I would not play Fabled Passage in that deck. I think it's way too bad for the mana base, and the Dreams of Omna mana producing is just a bit too wonky. It's not gonna happen that often. So I had a deck list of a mana base that I had spent some time on, which had mostly proper amount of sources. I guess that was the list with the Lancers, yeah. Which Lancers is kinda goofy too. Not convinced about that. It wasn't bad per se, but it was kinda goofy. Reflector Mage was fine. When I was off of this deck is when I played a league and I just didn't draw fires the entire league and the deck didn't feel good to play with no fires. But if you draw fires, then it's gonna be better. Nowy dokument tekstowy 2. Nice deck name, Mr. Streamer. Very informative. I don't think this deserves of much more. Oops. Right now I'll play it. We have successfully managed to make them cast Rattle Chains 2 copies of Rattle Chains last turn, so there is a chance they will not have a third one. Gonna target the Quell Speller. Get my Resplendent Angel if possible, and then that should be pretty good. But yeah, we are nowy dokument tekstowy ink 2 over here. Are we playing Angels because you two are an Angel canister? No, we're playing Angels because it top 8 at the SCG 30k, which is very important to me. Will you do a 24-hour stream tomorrow to test as much as possible before Sofia? No. Also top 8 at yesterday's challenge. That might be true too. I haven't seen the challenge top 8 deck lists yet. Canister is a canonically accurate angel, yeah. Will you do a 24-hour stream when Brother Wars releases? Well, it's tomorrow. That was his point, bro. You gained 4 life, and this needs 5 life, which is kinda sad. Just 1 more life, bro. Also, I'm not sure at what time exactly Brother War releases, but it's usually 7 p.m. Polish time, so why do a shield run? Probably not. Alright, so I don't think it gives me information as to when it releases, which is a little bit of a... Tomorrow leaks are going to be mono green every round. I think they will be trying the new technologies, the new tech. 9 AM PT. No, that's the downtime to add the set to MTGO, not the release. Unless it's 9 AM PT anyways. The Brothers War booster packs will take a precedence here at November 15 at 10 AM PT. Last sentence na bordowo. I am colorblind. Tuesday at 9 AM PT. Okay, so 9 AM PT is 6 PM, so like I don't stream at 6 PM typically much. Mono blue good deck to queue tomorrow. People say that, but that mono blue owns mono green super hard, but I always kind of fail to understand that, because that always sounds to me like something that a person that was never on the draw against mono green says. And like it's a deck that cannot kill the elf, so like what you do? What you gonna do? It's simple. Shacklegeist is GG versus Mono Green. Alright, so you play like your Muslim Wanderer. They play turn to Kiora. And then you go like what? Play Shacklegeist, then play Cavalier. Who wins that game? Spirits is definitely favored versus Mono Green. I can accept favored, but like it's pretty easy to imagine situations where Mono Green wins on the play. Ooh, 7 lifelink. So I can get behind favored, yeah. Trade for Gyada? Okay, Shacklegeist, so eat Gyada. Where is my angel? Did I not gain enough life? I thought I did. This is peak Magic the Gathering, bros. That's pretty good draw. Who is speaking? We both are. But yeah, what I want to say is that I don't know, anyone in the chat wants to play me with spirits? I'll play Mono Green. So I can maybe test that theory. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's like the extent to which it is unfavored is insane, but I would think it's just a bad matchup by a bit.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Moi Coco, thank you. I've never won versus Mono Green into blue. Don't have Spirit Gamers yet. The Weep Spectral Sailor isn't out, true. Just play the matchup from 2 accounts. I only have 1 account. Actually, no, I have a second Modo account, but I don't think I remember the password. But yeah, that is true. When looking at my opponent's side of the battlefield, like the Spectral Sailor, you can just see the lost potential here when some grumpy, old, ugly pirate and could have been so much more. And by so much more, I mean an anime girl. Bro, I can't win. Let me count up the power I have on the battlefield. I have 26, 37, 47, 52, 63, Bro, they have 69 power attacking. They have 69 power ready to attack. This is Summoning Sickness. And they have 6 life points, so how do they want to stop 69 power? Do I enjoy current board state? No, I'm getting bored because my opponent is thinking and they can't win. Well, they have one good block here. They can block with a lifelinker here. Like, I assume it's good to attack with my monsters here. But we only attacked with 58 power because they tapped the Valkyrie. Actually, the Catilda is gonna die too, so... I mean, what they're thinking about? Also, you're dead to this attack too. No, I guess you gain 8 lives, so you get 14. But it's are dead. Sure. Tank. I guess I'll die. Okay, Guardian of Faith, irrelevant. Archon of Emeria, irrelevant. Raiden, irrelevant. Weather Runestone versus Company, irrelevant. Fateful Absence. Anything that's bad in my deck. The Realm Walker seems pretty bad. So I could have 3 more removals to be better against Spell Queller. Yeah, sounds good. It's their clock and they can use it however they want. Well, it's my life and I can bitch however I want on my stream too, so... Checkmate. Re-checkmate, bro. Was Serra Paragon errated? Rules were changed to accommodate it rather than... There was no errata. Probably Gyada. It's kind of rough that your deck is all 3 drops, so... And your 2 drops are more Gyadas, so it's kind of hard to use the ramp to actually ramp into anything. Still a pretty good 2 drop though. We have Queller, let's play the Apparition. Also, if they don't have Queller, you can clean the company. No play. So what? Playing holding company is actually kinda costly because if they don't spend mana, then I can't cast it unless I want to let it get countered by Mausoleum Wanderer, which I guess we'll just cast Apparition on the Queller. Free Apparition this. So yeah, no attack. Lamau shouldn't attacked first. Before she's admitted to the host of Sternheim, a young Valkyrie must learn 1,000 tales of her ancestors. That sounds freaking boring, bros. Let's exile this. We could exile the portable hall, but let's exile this to make company easy to cast. I do really want to an Italian follower, which is of course Ciao. Yeah, I could have attacked with Mutavault, but I moved through combat and then I decided to play other cards, not company, so didn't attack. Is Italian Farewell actually that? It's just not, it is Addio. So it's not Ciao. Adeus. What does this say? Can read the Russian. Прощание. Прощание. Abschied. Adios. Adieu. Addio. Adeus. Adios, cool card. Sofia is next week. Next weekend. The upcoming weekend. Do any other cards like Farewell have great non-English names? Yeah, Fury is Wood. W-U-T. French Chile is also pretty funny. Can get countered by the pay for more. It's probably a bad idea to play this. Okay, I got my leg pulled by my opponent pretty heavily right now. The Russian Mountain is pretty funny in Italian. What does the Russian Mountain say? Góra. Is this Góra? It's the Polish word too. Mountain in Russian is Topa. Topa? Topa in Italian is Pussy. It's a good one. I've said that many times, but Sram, the dwarf that draws cards in Polish, means I shit, which is pretty funny still. Like the name of the guy is I shit, Senior Edificer. It's like I shit because it's like too shit, srach, but like the declination in Poland means that Sram would means that he's the one doing that. Any other funny Polish cards? Not sure actually. Zadek, yeah. Zadek means bad, but also like it's kind of a funny way to say it. Like you don't actually use that word often. Zadek. The Dragon Piru is slang for dick in Brazilian Portuguese, so they had to change the name to Pyro. Yeah. I know of Tezzeret too, who's agent of Bolas. And it's like agent of Bolas, agent de Bolas, Bolas's agent. But in Portuguese and Espanol, it's agente del Nicol Bolas. Because Bolas alone would be balls, so it'd be agent of balls. Agent of balls. So they couldn't make it agent of balls. What about like any other Bolas cards? Like in Bolas Clutches, Slave of Bolas, Visage of Bolas. Are they all translated like this? Semblante del Nicol Bolas, yeah. Face the Nicol Face the Nicol Bolas. I like that, just his face. Slave of Bolas. No non-English prince. It's because that's an Arcanemy version. And Scravo de Nicol Bolas too, yeah. It's Clavo del Nicol Bolas. In Bolas's clutches. Nascarra de Nicol Bolas. So they have to just spell it fully. Entre les giraffes de Bolas. The giraffes? That's a weird thing to say for the card.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Could just force a Chamlock, make a 4/4. That seems good. It's pronounced giraffas and giraffe. Yeah, that's what I said. Thank you, Hukardeho, for your sub. Very based. Good gameplay. It's like that guy from Family Guy, Peter Giraffin. Keep and draw an untapped land. Need to be Temple Garden or a Plains, not a Pathway. No! I guess it was in the finals yesterday. So people are Lotus gaming. Well, Growth Spiral, that's a different build. If it's Lotus at all, but I guess what else, right? It is Lotus, okay. Plus I got COVID. Recover well. Time to Lotus game in Sofia. Bros, I'm scared. Imagine if it's 20% Lotus field and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not qualifying. What's the way to clock my opponent the fastest? This or this? This 3-5, this 4-4. So next turn, I mean I can kill next turn anyways, it's the same thing.
He's a phenomenal control player.
What's good?
Okay. The wheel says so. Hope you bring a wheel like this to Sofia. Yeah. You wanted the 2-4. Did you think it was the better player or did you want it? Okay, they have 2 mana left, so they are gonna obviously... No. No strings. No strings attached. How many lands are there in this deck? 24. This probably should be a 26 land deck, TBH. Because it really doesn't function if it misses a land drop. Should have 4 Mutavault, maybe. Costs are tough, but I mean, it would be better than a spell like than the Rainwalker, maybe. Because it's pretty shitty spell when you have no lands anyways, which just seems true always. It's really tough to double queue. When you're not sure if you should move or keep, bring out the wheel. Yeah, you can use dice. 2 land clones. Yeah. I mean, the land clones are pretty good for this deck. It's pretty awkward, they're colorless. Z dziada, pradziada powtarzane było, że jak bierzesz nowy deck, to pierwsze co robisz, to dodajesz land. Dziada, pradziada. So funny, bro. Knock, knock, knocking on the heaven's door. Sorry, when that song, right? I'm certain that the fate of Markov Manor is connected to these cryptoliths. This Tamio was onto something. ... No, actually, no. ... This Tamio was onto something. I dream of a deck where you could play both pieces of the puzzle and pour over the pages, and you can just piece of into pour over the pages, and you can just unravel the mystery. I don't know if there's more cards that help unravel the mystery. If I could register a 40 card deck in this matchup, I would happily do so. I would cut. Well, I would register a 7 card deck with the Archon, I guess. This hand has no Archon, it goes turn to Jada. Then. Then nothing much. Small. This doesn't have the Archon, so I can't win. It feels pointless to play the match. I can have Boseiju for the Thespian stage. That is semi-useful sometimes, but hard to have mana at the right moment. Move to 6. Okay, it's move to... Alright, let's keep 5, I guess. Can't even cast this. I like the flavor for Thought Devourer. Thinking is hard. Is it? Is it actually hard per se, like to think? Just kind of happens, right? You don't... Your maximum hand size reduced by 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Flying. Thespian stage, enter the reveal card
He's
zone.
a phenomenal control player.
Maybe I'll wait with the
He's a
stage, so
phenomenal
let's keep the
control
Boseiju.
player.
We draw a land that can pay for Boseiju, and they don't copy. Okay, they copied. Guest 41 Nevaruska, thank you for your subskis.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thiago 20k MTG, thank you for your subscription. I literally can't cast any of my cards. With a Manador can play and freelance and play. This is impressive. I guess Brushland releases, but it doesn't really change anything, right? Because on Petal Grove, I mean, you get to play more green. It's questionable if you should play Boseiju to begin with in a deck like this. Just need 1 green on turn 4 for company. Best flavor Texas Commander 4th. What's even 4th? Factor Fiction. To Volt są chujowe w tym deku. Ja myślę, że Mutavolt są spoko, ale powinien grać 26 lądów przynajmniej. I te Mutavolt jako takie spele, dorki. So you can pay with them for company. Try to pretend like you understand what's important. That's just unkind. Realm Walker and Valkyrie means that the Valkyrie enters with a counter from the Realm Walker and enters with 3 counters. So it's 4 counters, so it's 5 power, and this is 5 power too. We attack with those. Let her go to 10 and keep the blocker, and they die on next turn. Yeah, that kills them next turn. This plan could have had another counter with Mutavault Bros. How? Oh, you're right. Damn, good catch. Seems like Angels is pretty poor against Lotus Field. Ciao, ciao, Luna. Nice song. Lotus Box got second the challenge yesterday. It was from the TV series with the bear for children. Like big bear walking and like in a suit. And he was singing with the moon. I don't know about what, it was in Italian. Ciao, ciao, Luna. Bear in the big blue house, yes. I think that's that. Jada is actually super medium in this deck because she doesn't do much on 2. Like she's pretty good, but it's kinda not great play on 2. Doesn't actually enable you to pop off Bishop of Wings much better. So maybe I should have played the bishop, but I didn't know I'm gonna draw the land, so I played the Jada. Now we can do the mutable trick, so we're gonna make it. Can make a 5-5 or a 4-6. The 5-5 doesn't attack through Cavalier anyways. Hopefully we draw an untapped white land, can't be Sampetal Grove. And we go Bishop Angel. But you know, they have an infinite combo, so no matter how many power and toughness I put, they will be able to go over that. Valkyrie affairs to get a Resplendent Trigger next turn. Yeah, that's also my reasoning. Sky Sovereign. Ouch. Could attack their mana. Playing a Resplendent Angel is just plainly poor. They have 5 mana anyways, they didn't miss land drops. So I think I'll play Bishop of Wings instead. To get the Valkyrie buff to next turn, can play Resplendent Angel, gain 7 life. This card was never in standard with this, right? Because it seems kind of tailor-made for this. This was with this. It is 1 card per turn dot deck. It's pretty horrible to play. $25 to $20, $38 for a promo. 7 mana, what's that? Hydra. Kind of fucked. So if I play Resplendent Angel, gain 4. Okay, I can't win. I don't know how the guy topated it. Probably dodged Lotus Field. I mean, I guess the deck looked pretty decent against Spirits. Can for sure have good draws against like fair decks. But just so fundamentally bad deck. No attack with the elf. Okay. saving the 1 damage for next game. Spirit token should have blocked Lair of the Hydra last turn, probably. Can I just scoop and end this misery now? Because maybe I'll win. Oh, the misery. Everyone wants to be my enemy. Oh, the misery. No, I needed land. Alright, I'm scooping. I can't win this. If we drew a land, I think I would have been fine. So, Weathered Runestone also turns off my Serra Paragon for good measure. And my Realm Walker. Sex seems... we got 9 cards affected by our own Weathered Runestone. Fateful Absence against Mono Green seems pretty poor. Alright then, kind of medium. Zelva's not cool in Pioneer now. It's a deck, yeah. It was in the top 8 or top 16 of the SCG. The Realm Walker has 0 chance of mattering, so you can cut it. Portable Hall seems poor. The Serra Paragon doesn't really seem like the game is about that, so I guess we're gonna have the Runestones and just submit. Which is never cool. I think it is cool. So they say potato, potato. Sunpetal Grove does not seem to be untapped all the times. Let me perform a quick investigation of how many sources of untappism do we have. Yes, pre-modern is banned as a word. We have 11 sources of untapping the Sun Petal. Yeah, why don't she play the farmland? What the hell? The stake doesn't play the farmland. What the hell? It's so bad. Did Evan Espinosa also play the shit list? No, he has the farmlands at least. Okay, I could have copied the better deck list. Tiny bit better. Still has the runestones. Okay, so you can look at the matchups that Andrew Turiago played. Round 1, qualification buy. Round 2, qualification buy. How do you get the buys? I want buys too. You should copy my list as a mage, sure. Beat Green Devotion 2-0. Beat Izzet Combo 2-1. Beat 5 Color 5 Incarnation 2-0. Lotus Field Combo 1-0. Mirror 1-0. Abzan Greasefang lost 0-2. Mono White Humans 1-0. Kulari Elves 1-1. Azeris Control lost 0-2. It makes sense. Lost 0-2 versus Izzet Phoenix. And 1 versus Devotion again? Curious. Guy was just winning, simply. It's a friend of mine. He went undefeated the day before in the trial to get 2 buys in the main event. With the Sun Petal Groves, with the budget list. He doesn't even play the farmlands, but the shitty Sun Petal Groves. Congrats to the Angel guy. Impressive play. "2 minutes, sorry," said my opponent in the chat. Yeah, the runestones are pretty puzzling, TBH. It never came in, lol. Makes sense. They don't do anything versus Greasefang, yeah. Oh yeah, maybe they do, actually, let me read it. Good against mono green. Well, you found 9 cards that get hosed by the runestone. So also, you could just play Cage. Because Cage doesn't work fully against mono green. Can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. Non-land permanents, cards in graveyards and libraries can... Okay, so it works against Greasefang. So you can play lands from graveyard with Paragons, only 7 cards. Tell me, how many lands do end up in my graveyard while playing this deck? In what ways do the lands go to the graveyard against mono green? Can bring the removal for Planeswalker so the next game if that's the plan approved by the gamer person. Because Angel's deck never loses in combat, sure. We did lose in combat last game though. So I would be careful about the never claims, but if that's your assumption, that logically makes sense. Do you think Andre was sincere when he was saying that I'm the best spec builder and one of the best players right now? I don't think I built particularly good decks. I don't think my play is like one of the best in the world. Like, and I don't know how can that. I think it's just courtesy. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's just courtesy, and like you probably never watched my stream to know either. Karn Silex. That's a problem potentially. Did you ever build a deck on your own? Yeah. Oops. Okay, so if my opponent can take goat 4. Whenever, yeah, I think if I take a deck, I can tune it. And then it becomes pretty decent. But like the base ideas kind of escape me. What was this deck? Black Green Adventures for standard. And when Eldraine released, I ended up playing this deck in the Golos meta. Was not good against Golos actually. It's kind of an aggro mid-range deck, and they were a Field of the Dead deck. I mean, the deck wasn't too bad though. Elikas top 8 the PT Oko with this afterwards. The field got banned. So it was actually a decent deck. But just Field of the Dead was like more. It was kind of not up to scale of Field of the Dead, so it was not a bad deck. It was just not adjusted to that. Folklore was built by you, right? What, Folklore Yorion and Modern? Not really. I'll say Twitch chatter that and Modo player Martinez DP who used this deck a lot, and we net decked him and just like swapped cards around, but it's also just cards. Never built a deck. Well, nobody really did. I did find the mono green devotion deck in the decklist dump. Or rather, I played against someone who played Oldgrove Troll into Nykthos, and I was like, oh, that's neat. And then I found the combo. Actually, chat found the combo, and I didn't even do that myself. It was like, chat was like, bro, you're infinite. I'm like, what? I did put the card that is like the combo, key to the combo in the deck, but I didn't even notice it's a combo card. So the block of Gaia seems kind of free, because we have 14 damage. What's the chat found combo? Well, Karen Pestilent Cauldron thing. I just put it in my sideboard when I play the deck because I thought it's extremely funny that you can grab a sorcery with Karn. Bro, it seems like you did nothing, just throw cards over an online table. Not untrue, yeah. Karn Silex looking pretty then decent here. I don't even want to play the Runestone because that Cats of Company, which is my only way to come back. Alright, I guess I lost. The Angel deck never loses in combat. Mono green can't do anything. Let's go, 1-4. Inverter I also copied from a Twitch chatter. I think Erk Smittige was it? I played against them online before Brussels and then they played the Inverter deck, like a rough prototype of it, and I'm like, damn. That's actually pretty decent. And then we copied that and we played. And I remember at first I was trying to play Sinister Sabotage in Inverter and it just wasn't very good, but I kept playing it for the first few leagues. And then somebody in the chat told me, hey, this Sinister Sabotage card is pretty shit. You don't actually need to play it though, right? Like, it's pretty bad, but you don't actually need to play it. And I said, damn, bro, you're so right. And then we cut the Sabotage, and that was actually pretty good. What you're saying is Twitch chat is your greatest asset. True. TBF current Silex was not legal at the SCG event. It's from Dominaria United. Not from Bro, so it's legal. Bro cards are not on Modo yet. We've been drawing shit, TBH. Yeah, but it's kind of a function of the deck, isn't it, right? The deck doesn't seem to give yourself the best chance to draw well. 24 lands, a curve that starts at 2, and the lack of options to double spell before 5 lands. I guess I have to portable halls, but I just didn't draw them ever in a meaningful. Should use your cloud more as you at least get decks assigned to your name. What do you mean? Spike still thinks Asmo Kitchen is your deck till today. For example, I thought Inverter is too. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter. I guess it does matter because you can then like promote your name. You can say, hey. So yeah, it's my decks. My decks, bros. Asmo Kitchen. I would never call a deck like that, so I don't know what you're talking about, but the Asmo decks, they're mine. I build them. Seems like we're gonna beat Mono White pretty easily, especially since they kept one land. The Speaker of the Heavens, too bad of a 1-drop in Pioneer. Probably. Although maybe it's not. Can play 2 Angels. Gain 8. But it's 2 weak Angels. I think Company is more fun. The blue-black mid-range Asmo deck was kinda weird. Nice company. Also, I did it end step so I don't get the angel. That is a novice mistake. Typical angel novice. Amulet Titan I also found on online forums. Seems pretty hard to come up with Amulet Titan yourself. Lantern Control I also found on online forums. Or I guess not. I guess I found out about it mostly when top 8 and then on online forums. Did I invent Neoform? I think I copied a decklist from someone, but I played it day one. I built a Hogak deck. Game like first day of Hogak time. But that's because I've seen someone on the Discord excited on some Discord someone excited about the altar of the altar of dementia combo. Wow, mill over. Hi canister. I do. I mean, it's a prison deck, so I don't think it's the wildest idea. The prison, with prison, just had all the prison cards. You have to think of that. I don't know why they decided whether to scoop by this way. I don't know what they mean. Like they scoop if I stream, but they don't scoop if we don't stream. I don't know. To jest bułka taka, jesteś wiercipiętka. Poor. Could have Faithful Absence, it's rather weak against their deck, but I don't feel Realm Walker does anything. I don't want to be judged by not scooping by a vicious chat. I feel like the rate of why doesn't the opponent scoop yet question mark messages has dropped lately. Puka just smashes her head into me. A fan of Kayla's reconstruction v Realm Walker. Thoughts? Realm Walker seems pretty bad. I don't know about Kayla's reconstruction, that seems pretty bad too. If you drop planes, the send is okay. Or I guess Temple Garden specifically. What is this guy doing with all the candles? Probably summoning some kind of a demon. I play 3 mana 2/2 exile a creature. Okay, I retaliate. I play 3 mana 2/2 exile your creature, which frees my creature. Think it's possible that mono white is a decent matchup, although if you miss their 10-1 play and they start, you probably can get just run over. I remember blue-green canister titan, which we just stole from that one guy. Yeah, I like the deck. I don't know if it was super good, but it was functional and fun in some ways. It's also a Mana League Primeval Titan deck, which was a bit weird. Maybe it was supposed to be a Remand Primeval Titan deck. It's not playing too brave, no reason. What instance do they have? Could have a Ganjo, they played in a Ganjo. Has to be a Ganjo. But keeping it up is pretty weird and doesn't achieve anything. Maybe they have 6th. Guess what else does a mono white deck have? I'm just guessing a Ganjo. A Ganjo Brave. Or like a Ganjo Brave Brave. But they drew the land now and they held the Adeline. So yeah, they have a Ganjo Brave Brave in their hand. Let's just assume that.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Thank you, Nedrin, for the Prime Gaming sub. Very based. I will never attack into a Ganjo this game. We have a hard read. And we will never play into Brave the Elements this game. Maybe we will, I guess. Only if you feel like we want to. Solid spell. Yeah, extraction specialist, yeah. Well, so you got 22 subs today already. Can you get to 34 before I leave? Discuss. I don't know why 34, but it's a number. They didn't Brave. Maybe they don't have Brave. Maybe they're saving Brave for the next game. Oh,
He's
they have
a
another
phenomenal
Thalia.
control
Okay,
player.
that makes sense too. So you have only one Brave. Oh snap, thank you Adam for the gifted sub. To Gast Cafe. Interesting name, Gast Cafe.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Alright, I guess I'll tag those. Get a Ganjo one. Bros, we're getting to 700 subs. Last time we got to 700 subs, I don't remember. I think I did the 24-hour stream, or was it that I did the 24-hour stream and then got to 700? Crownless AB, thank you very much. "24-hour stream was pretty fun, but then I was exhausted, so I'm pretty conflicted about that. Three months back, it was like 420, 50, 20s. Yes, it like grew. Set number from lifetime subs or just this month is currently active subs. So a 12-hour stream on Saturday and Sunday.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Interesting idea. Actually. BC Pan 11, thank you too. Everyone remember to join the Discord and enjoy your Phoenix guide for Sofia. Have I tried streaming in NA hours? It's typically night for me then. Well, I stream the challenges during NA hours. Well, the challenges are a bit tricky because if you're not winning, then you'll not watched. Because it's very populated. Lots of people stream the challenges. Could have attacked for lethal probably. I watch you not because you're winning, I know, but regardless of the fact that many viewers are like you, what happens on weekends is that if you're winning, there's many more people watching you on the challenge than if you're going 2-2. That's just how it is. And if you're top 18, then there's gonna be more people gathering there than in other channels. So it's probably like those people who are not normally active in chat too much. They're gonna be like favoring the winningest stream. Chat, they have no Ganjo, their opponent's hand was nothing. No Ganjo, no Brave, I don't know. I watch it because I want to improve as a Green White Angels player. Then the ways to improve would be cut this. For overgrown farmlands. And the sideboard in this deck is probably useless. So you can play Archon of Emeria ×4 because nothing else is really good in the sideboard. Anything else that's good against Lotus? So just Raiden too. Isn't Brushland Bro? I could play Brushland too, yeah. It's not perfect for this deck, but you could. Here, your deck is much improved. Deafening Silence. Poseidon existing is an interesting option. Tomic is good versus Lotus. You can't cast strings, then yeah, that's okay. Maybe we can play Cave of the Frost Dragon. Probably don't want to play Boseiju, it's too bad to have a green. It's not a Superman land, but 26 lands. Maybe you can have some castles. Any other utility lands to play? Are better than Plains Castle. 26 company hits now. 24 company hits. Maybe there's some other angel you can play. Oh yeah, the Dumping Sphere. That's obviously the Lotus Field card hate you could play. I forgot you could do that. Such a long time since... I guess Karn Cyborg's always played, but yeah, you can just play Dumping Sphere too. Being a creature, okay for company. It's very cool angel. One mana Soul Sister is good. It's probably okay, yeah, it gives you more 1 mana plays. What's the name of the card? Do you remember? Because I have no idea. Let's go white. Mana cost. Add symbol. White. Legal. Pioneer. Type line. Human. Is human. Human. Spirit. Lunar Veteran. It's a cleric too. And Geralt Face seems terrible to me, and Shaper Sanctuary seems terrible to me too, so I don't know how you build this deck. It's probably pretty, I mean, it's like not a deck, I think it's very good. It's fundamentally, it's a one spell per turn deck, and it's not gonna really beat people with good cards. Has pretty good synergies, but since all of your cards cost 3 mana, you can just get them broken easily. I think Serverless Savior is a pretty nice one drop since your tools are so impactful. It could be it could be, but I will not play Angels at the RC, bros. Actually, let's go Phoenix, Angels, Devotion, Rakdos, Lotus, Lord Control. Any other decks to play? Make it 1 to 5 odds. I don't know if I can do it differently than just to enter Phoenix more times. It's a very good sound effect for when it stops throwing, but it seems like we're gonna be playing Phoenix. Count +1. Yeah, it seems like Phoenix. Oh! You seen this? This close. This close to playing Angels. Good that we don't lock ourselves into one deck. I would not lock myself into one deck if it was a bad deck, but it's not. Let's do Enchant World. I'm gonna be finishing the stream soon actually because I have to do some stuff. So let's go Resplendent Angel. It's a 3 mana creature, not mythic, not white, older than M19. Let's go 3 mana rare or 3 mana uncommon or 3 mana common creature. We could go with Sulfur Elemental. It is an uncommon. It is older than that. It is not red. It is not an elemental. Matter Shaper works, but the creature is unlikely to be colorless, so you're just wasting a guess on not discovering the color. And if it's gonna be from 2017 specifically, then you can name that. Tireless Tracker is a rare. Magus of the Moon is a rare. It's also red. It's a 3-drop uncommon creature. Green. white. No, green. Green, black, blue. Free mana, blue uncommon creature. Free mana, black uncommon creature. Or free mana, green uncommon creature. Manowar, that's probably common. Common. Plague Spitter, it looks so funny. But also kind of horrific. Chad, it used to be a human, but now it's a Plague Spitter. It is not black, but it's older than Invasion, okay. Goblin King was a rare. Venomancer. No, it's blue or green. It's from Visions. I don't know when Visions is. Okay, it's way old. No, it was a rare. But it is a human. Or a wizard. It's older than this. What's the name of the... Looks so weird. Not legal. This version of this card has a non-standard magic back. This is not legal for
He's a
constructed
phenomenal
play.
control player.
Viva Franco.
Have they already sold this? Was this already being sold, the 40th anniversary edition, or? Human wizard, so it's a common. Okay, it doesn't fit on multiple. So it's green. Green human from the earliest sets. Green human uncommon, bros. Crossland Warchief. Alright, let's go. Thank you, Sergio GA. GJ99. Crossland Warchief. Wow, that sway doesn't work. People were opening those in Vegas. True. Alright, bros. I don't actually know of Fallen Battle Mage. Isn't it way too new? It's way too new, bro. You have a Maya Enchantress. It's from Urza's Destiny. Naya card. Alright, I don't know the old uncommons, like where would we? Let's just one search. Green uncommon. Mana value free. Type line human.
He's a phenomenal control
Creature.
player.
I am once again donating 5 to copy your deck list.
Thank you, Martin. This makes me think that I should raise the price, the BH of the guide sometimes. But thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Join my Discord to find a cyborg guide. Somebody said lay druid or lay something. Lay druid, that seems to work. Okay, it was lay druid, bros. Tap druid to untap a land of your choice. This action can be played as an interrupt. After years of training, the druid becomes one with nature, drawing power from the land and returning it when needed. Yeah, cool. Why do all your songs keep getting wrecked by the bot? They don't really get wrecked by the bot, but they get wrecked by the fact that some songs are gonna be banned in Poland. Or they cannot be embedded. At least in Poland, there's some like rules around that which they don't play embedded. Like they typically play when not embedded, but they don't want to play
He's
embedded.
a phenomenal control player.
Can you guess the game too? Yeah. This is Metro. Eat Prime. Probably not. 81%. Looks like some horror game maybe. I see a member of the Oath of the Druids. I'm not sure if Oath of the Druids has members. GTA 3? I don't really know, but... Okay, might be pulling my leg. No hospital, no authority, no hope. Okay, so this is definitely some horror game. It has scribblings on the walls. PC, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. John, I think they missed 358 Xboxes in between Xbox One and Xbox 360. Outlast. Survival horror. Somebody said Prey. It's Left 4 Dead. Wait, this is Alien. Where can I click this? What? Why is there 2 Alien Isolation? Which one is the correct one? Have a delay on today? Do I? No, I'm just slow. It's Alien but not Isolation. You nailed it. It's Alien Isolation. This is Don't Starve or something. I'm not sure if that's the name of the game. No, it is not Don't Starve. It's hard to say. Plants vs Zombies. Damn, bros. Okay, I would know from this screenshot. Damn, you just like put plants and you shoot the zombies. So good. You ever played Plants and Zombies, bro? I remember playing it somewhere for some time. Ages ago. A little bit only. Microtransactions 1 through. Wonder why there is no sequel. Zombies vs Plants. It probably exists something around something like that. If you Google that, you're absolutely gonna find it. Alright. Thank you everybody for the subs, bros. Enjoy your cyber guide. And stay hydrated. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow gonna perform a bit of a longer stream. Well, your website seems like it can only find if your video is gonna be blocked. But I guess that helps.
He's a phenomenal control player.
See you tomorrow, broskis.